Is that big enough? I can make it bigger. I think you guys could talk about that. This is one that you'll talk about. I'm gonna skip that. Yeah, I think the only other one is five. You know what? Actually, no, I think that was the only one I really wanted to start going over here with that. So we're done the novel, of course, so there's nothing more for us to read. I don't think we're going to read Nobel Speech Prize. If you want to, though, it's the last couple pages of the book. It doesn't give us much more insight towards the characters, but if you're interested in the author and his perspectives, feel free. It's about 3 pages long here. You could also throw it on YouTube and it'll be there. We won't go through it, but you're welcome to. So what we're going to do here is you go to the very, very end. So we're going to skip most of the book. I've accidentally put this thing in twice, but I put some edits in. So we're going to the very, very last 2 pages. It's this. So you do not need to write a formal essay. You're not going to write a test on this. But I do want to, get you to write a little bit about this. This is a very powerful novel to kind of have in your arsenal as you walk into the final. It deals with a lot of those really dark themes, right? The death of humanity, like the destruction of society, what people will do when they're pushed into a corner, so on and so forth. There's a lot of power that you have with this novel to be able to write about. Both Ellie and his father are 2 characters you could really write a lot about if you want. You could even extend it to the German civilians, like the treatment of Jews, etc. So what you're going to do is you are going to write, you're basically going to be picking one of the responses in each section where it says. So in the first 2, you're picking one. In the 3rd and the 4th section, you're answering all those questions completely. So there's not a bunch of questions. Now, this is not an essay, but I want you guys to try and treat it as if, it's like a paragraph in that argument. So there's the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th parts. You want to treat it as one of those, which means you want to try and write it formally. You want to use complete sentences. You're probably going to talk fairly in depth about it. And you want to have some type of evidence, quotes, plot summaries, etc. To be able to go in. The one thing I am going to ask is that you guys do submit it on Microsoft Word, not on paper for this one, because I'd like to be able to eventually blow up some of our answers here and go through them together. So it'll just be a lot easier if it's on Microsoft Word. So just for the sake of time, I don't know if we're going to get tomorrow for this. I think it's just going to be a one and done day thing. We might review some answers tomorrow, but today's your day to be able to work on that. Like I said, we have less than 3 weeks left, and I still have 2 novels I want to get through. So we will be blitzing through stuff. Yeah. So any questions about that?
How long do they need to be?
This, I'm not going to give you a full necessary length, but I would probably say you want probably about a paragraph for each of them. So 4 or 5 sentences at least. Yeah, I'm gonna say probably at least 4 or 5 sentences, but it's entirely possible you could write 2 paragraphs for each point if you really wanted. I care more about, though, you thinking of the ideas here, and rather than some really crazy long writing. Like I'm looking more for quality here than like quantity. Really looking for that. You're able to go through the book, understand the themes, and put that together into an argument.